And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're ready to brighten the weekend with some Saturday night basketball. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. A moment here to see the numbers for him.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Now the starting group for the visitors. 2 elite centers from tip-off to the final buzzer, Grant. We should have a battle on our hands tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. And, you know, in games like this, it's important to give space for your big guys to compete. The last thing you want is to overcrowd the paint and end up taking an elbow.
Go. Who's watching? Pass to Shackle. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Now here's Smart. And a two-handed jam.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
No good off the spin. First quarter, just over a minute played. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. First trip to the line for him here. That free throw, no good. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there.
That's a rarity for him, not being able to cash in on the trip to the line.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. There's a screen to the paint. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. No good. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Back over to you, Brian.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Shackle. Just 5 to shoot. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Now here's Smart. Not a lot of room. To the middle. Pass to Kimball. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Great work collapsing the defense, then kicking it out.
Gone 1 for 3 so far. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Shackle. Down low. It's tipped. Now Smart. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring option.
Pass to Shackle. Fires it. Kimball grabs the miss.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
To the left wing. Smart looking around. Here's the pick. "20 feet out. Good. He hits the jumper.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Come get it. Come get it.
To the inside. They still need this. Kimball grabs the miss. Gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Smart outside. Rips it home off a terrific move.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. As we approach the postseason, let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You take a look at the home team. They're hoping to make some moves from the number 5 spot before the start of the playoffs. Gone only 1 of 6 so far. To the paint. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Pass to Lawson. They set a pick from downtown. The rebound by Jackson. Gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Pulls up at the elbow, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Sometimes you have to ignore the analytics. There is value in the mid-range if that's who's shooting it.
Pass to Lawson. And here's Smart. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. The shot, no good.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
From behind the arc. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
43 seconds left in the first quarter here. Pass to Lawson. Down low. And that time also a missed shot.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Jackson with a screen on Smart. Beyond the arc. Doesn't go that time. Can't get it to drop. And a closely contested grit and grind first quarter comes to a close. Leading by a point. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot. Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is unlocking a new aspect of his game. He said, quote, "I never initiate my offense from the high post, but Doc told me that you can be very effective there. It's hard for people to show a crowd, and you're one step closer to the basket. I plan to stay there for the rest of my career." BA, back to you.
A new wrinkle. Okay, Allie, good stuff. There's a screen. Pass to Shackle. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, BA. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the call.
Pass to Lawson. It's deflected. Here's House. No made baskets yet. Here's Shackle. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And this will be a second trip to the free throw line. First free throw is good. That one's no good. Gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Pass to Kimball. They swipe it. To the middle. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Lawson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Jimmy Butler. And then on Wednesday.
And looking at the Utah matchup, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
Pass to House. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Jaco can't hit. Shooting a nice 50% for the game. Here's Kimball. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
He sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Foster. Just 5 on the clock. Kimball grabs the miss. Kimball's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
No debate there. He got hammered.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Here's House. Pure from three-point range.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
To Lawson. Clock at 6. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. They set the pick. Pass to Shackle. Here's Foster. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
And with this matchup being East versus West, this is the first of only 2 meetings between these teams.
Yeah, so kind of special to see how they match up. A lack of familiarity, both for the players and the fans.
Both teams changing it up here. And here we have a rundown of the teams with the best rebounding numbers this season.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
And the layup is good off the glass.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Jackson on the wing. Stan, when you talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, would you say he's one of the most unguardable players ever?
Well, BA's certainly got to be in the conversation. Besides maybe Wemby, we haven't seen anyone like Giannis when it comes to length and those long strides especially. Plus, he has that strength, too.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good. You know, Stan, at this point of the year, I'd imagine it's tough for teams outside the playoff picture to not get distracted.
Well, you really try not to. Staying in the moment is best. You've got to focus on what's in front of you. You want to end the season on as high a note as you can.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Pass to Smart. To the inside. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Pass to Jackson. Six on the shot clock. Lets the three fly. First shot won't go.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Kicks it out to Smart. A minute 29 left in the first half. Crafty move, and such a nice move to make that bucket possible. Smart's got his third basket on the night right there. Jackson on the wing. It's intercepted. And they're pushing it up. He pulls it. The shot, no good. Gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Off with the layup. Gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To stop the drought. 4 seconds left. Smart with the defensive effort. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Up 8. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks. I'm here with Doc Rivers and Coach. I know you cannot be happy with this team's play in the first half. What will you tell them they need to improve on?
The score and our effort, our offense. They're just playing harder. They're more physical. They're tougher. Honestly, we're very lucky right now.
Lots to improve on in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. Drums, please. And that's hearing up the shot. One more time, a round of applause.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard.
They're teaching a course on the interior, Shaq, the philosopher of the big Aristotle.
Yeah, pounded in there repeatedly. Excellence is a habit, not an action. That is a quote from the OG.
Let's go now to our NBA power rankings and see how that last leg of the season is shaking out. Shaking a leg. Whatever.
You take a look at the visitors. About a month left in the regular season. They're scrambling to make things happen lately. It's been very positive.
With no time to waste either. They're playing with a sense of urgency. Thanks as always for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. The visitors with the ball. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Pass to Kimball. To the paint. Smart outside. Inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Kimball grabs the miss. Kimball's got 8 rebounds in the game. Smart outside. Pass to Kimball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Parries it from 3. 11 points in the game.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Seconds into the second half now. There's the 3. Kimball grabs the miss. Kimball's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Down low. Oh, he picked him clean. And he goes in for the dunk.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
It shows you're able to attack the rim.
Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Smart outside. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Lawson. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple. He's got 5.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Going inside. There's the block.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Now here's Smart.
14 foul. Number 3. First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away team. Number 21.
Here's Smart. Pass to Lawson. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Take a break. Take a break.
2 shots.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, Stan, now that we've had the coaches' challenges for a few seasons now, what do you think about them?
Well, B.A., I'm probably in the minority. I don't really like them. I think they slow down the flow of the game. And look, across all sports, mistakes are part of the game. Players' mistakes, coaches' mistakes, and referees' mistakes. Let's just live with them and keep the game moving.
Smart outside. Can't hit from in close. Gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. To the inside. Here's Foster. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
Look at the 2K leaderboard when it comes to second chance points. The NBA leaders over the last month.
And the energy this team plays with on the offensive glass is infectious. They simply don't give up and keep after plays, which has boded well for them.
Pass to Lawson. There's the screen. Missed inside. Gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. It's stolen by Smart. Fast break. Here we go. The pull-up. It doesn't go for him. Shooting 40% so far in this one. Jackson on the wing. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And when it comes to rebounding on a per-minute basis, Bobby Portis is one of the best, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he takes pride in that part of the game. Really active, aggressive. The team feeds off his energy.
Here's Lawson. He has 6. Kimball with a bucket.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
To the wing on the left. Defended by Smart. No good with a layup. Shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. From outside, off the mark.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
1:43 left in the third.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
And it's rejected. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Number 3. Enter. Number 3.
We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter here. Count that bucket. 9 points in the game.
They're really working the paint now.
Pass to Lawson. Off target at the rim.
Well, he's had a rough night, but his teammates have picked him up.
And there's the screen to the middle. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Here's Lawson. He's got 6. From the top of the key, it's good.
Very important points. I mean, they're trying to hang on to this lead now. They needed that.
24 seconds left in the third quarter. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. Off with the layup. 1 second left. No luck on that one. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Up 6. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Got a piece of it. And he's going for the lob. Pass to Shackle. Looking to get back on track. And no good.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Inside. And there's a 3-second violation.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
To the right side. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. From down in the low post, it goes.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
5 to shoot. Here's Foster. He drops it from range.
They've come into the second half with renewed focus at the offensive end, putting in a big effort.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Misses from short range. Gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Can't cash it in from close range. Gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Kimball. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Blocked! And they'll get another chance. Oh, had a nice open look right there.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
House passes to Shackle. Oh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
First team foul. At the line for 2, Shackle.
And he drops the first. Good on both. And here's Smart. To the middle. Stolen. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
Gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. It's Smart on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Looking to get it going. It's hauled in by Foster.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Oh, he dropped it straight in.
After a poor offensive first half, some nice adjustments made by this staff, and their shooting percentage is climbing.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
This is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 59 left in the fourth quarter. Smart outside. Picked it out of midair. And here's the fast break. Here's Shackle. Goes again. And it's good on the lay-in.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
A minute and a half left in the fourth. Here's the pass to Smart. Shoots from 8. Shot's no good. Gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Shackle. Up again.
And keeping the play alive with his activity. I love the effort.
Smart with the ball. For 3. Money from 3.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
So it's a victory for the road team in this one. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
Lori, an impressive win tonight. What do victories like?
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time.